Let's take a look at the bend deformer now. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to drop a cube into the scene. And I'll come over here and select bend. And it does exactly what it says. It bends. So typically when you're using a deformer, you want to make sure that it fits around your object that you're trying to deform. So you can control that here. And a lot of times it's easier to do this in a four-way view so that you can see all of your different views. So we're just trying to get this as close as possible to fit to our object. All right, there we go. That's pretty snug. Now we just take the bend deformer, or any of the deformers for that matter, and put it underneath the object we're trying to bend. Now this will work on parametric objects as well as polygons. So we'll just select bend and we will up the strength. And you can see that we have something going on, but it's not really what we want. So what's going wrong here? Well, let me turn on our barred shading lines, and you can see that it's definitely trying to bend, but there's nothing to bend here. So we need some subdivisions in this cube. So if we come over here to add some subdivisions, we know that we're going to need to add some subdivisions in Y, because Y is where we're trying to get a bend here. So let's start increasing. And you can see that we start getting our bend. And that's more of what we're looking for. Now if we come back over to the bend, we have a couple of parameters here. We have the strength and we have the angle. So if we adjust the angle, we can start getting something like that. And again, these are animatable. So we can animate these strength and angle. Take that back down to 0. We can also turn on the keep Y-axis length. If we do that, then the object is going to keep its original length. So this is how tall the cube was to begin with. So that's our bend deformer. One other thing that I want to explain to you, after you get something in this state, you can always take it and convert it to a polygon by selecting them, right-clicking, and selecting current state to object. Then you have just this polygon left. And in a lot of cases, you will want to do that. So let me delete that. Take the bend out of there, delete that, turn the cube back on. Let's come back up. Let's have a look at the bulge. So we'll take the bulge in here. We'll do the same little trick. Get it in there pretty tight. There we go. Come back over here. Put the bulge underneath the cube. Let's take the strength up. So you can see the sort of effect that we can get here. You can take the curvature and adjust that. It's kind of an interesting look. You have a fillet option here. Get something like that. Okay. So that is the bulge. Take that out of there. Let's have a look at the twist. Put the twist on. Get it so that it's snug. And let's turn the angle of the twist up. And you can start getting some really interesting things with this. You know, you just wouldn't be able to do these sort of adjustments without a lot of work if you didn't have these deformers. Okay, so let's take a look at one more. Delete that. Let's put 20, 20, and 20 segments. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my FFD. And this sort of builds a cage around your object. Let's get it fitting correctly first. Okay, so this is going to be a cage, and you can control how many grid points that you have to work with. So right now it's 3, 3, and 3. We could take this to 5, 5, and 5, and you can see now we have more grid points here. So basically what we can do from this point is we can come over here to our Points tab, and I can come over here, and with my live selection, I could grab this point here. Actually, you need to make sure that you have the FFD selected. Let's just actually select a couple points and then pull that out. And you can see that it's having an effect on the cube. So you can do a lot of interesting modeling this way. You have a lot of control. So it's sort of like playing with clay, I guess. Let's just pull these out. So there we go. So that's a look at a few of the deformers that will really help you with your modeling.